tell the devil that I changed my mind. I said I was gonna quit, but I changed my mind. No! I came real close. I came real close. You have no idea. I came real close. I almost made the phone call. I almost quit. I almost walked away from my marriage. Almost walked away from my job. Almost walked away from my future. But tell the devil I changed. I need you to look at somebody and say, tell the devil that I changed my mind. I said I was gonna quit, but I changed my mind. No! I came real close. I came real close. You have no idea. I came real close. I almost made the phone call. I almost quit. I almost walked away from my marriage. Almost walked away from my job. Almost walked away from my future. But tell the devil I changed. I need you to look at somebody and say, tell the devil that I changed my mind. I said I was gonna quit, but I changed my mind. No! I came real close. I came real close. You have no idea. I came real close. I almost made the phone call. I almost quit. I almost walked away from my marriage. Almost walked away from my job. Almost walked away from my future. But tell the devil I changed. I need you to look at somebody and say, tell the devil that I changed my mind. I said I was gonna quit, but I changed my mind. No! I came real close. I came real close. You have no idea. I came real close. I almost made the phone call. I almost quit. I almost walked away from my marriage. Almost walked away from my job. Almost walked away from my future. But tell the devil I changed. I need you to look at somebody and say, tell the devil that I changed my mind. I said I was gonna quit, but I changed my mind. No! I came real close. I came real close. You have no idea. I came real close. I almost made the phone call. I almost quit. I almost walked away from my marriage. Almost walked away from my job. Almost walked away from my future. But tell the devil I changed.
Puts on my plate. I could love my enemies. I could forgive those. I'm able to stand in faith to the ones that want me to sit down and be quiet. I'm able to preach the gospel to the people that hate me. I'm not only anointed to preach to the ones that love me, but I'm able to preach to the oppressors. He said I'm able to preach to the haters. The Apostle Paul said I can't do it though. Jessica, I just can't do it. It's absolutely impossible for me to do this thing unless I line up with God. Unless God be for me, then I know who could be against me. You're able to forgive the one that molested you. How you gonna be able to do it? You're gonna start getting in that word. You're gonna let God shine through you. You can't do it without him. The scripture says that it is in him that we move, breathe, and have our being. You cannot forgive. That flesh don't never get saved. It's not forgiving. We were born into sin and shaped into iniquity. When I'm in God and God is in me, I can do it.
Tell the devil that I changed my mind. I said I was gonna quit, but I changed my mind. No! I came real close. I came real close. You have no idea. I came real close. I almost made the phone call. I almost quit. I almost walked away from my marriage. Almost walked away from my job. Almost walked away from my future. But tell the devil I changed. I need you to look at somebody and say, tell the devil that I changed my mind.
Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Midday. I'm your host, Marcella Booker. I'm so thankful that we are brunching and lunching and riding together. This is the day. What's up, Cindy Lou? That's my girl from the Netherlands. Hey. What's going on, beautiful? I want to welcome everybody on to Midday. Gonna ask you if you would. Let's do what we do. Let's like, tag, and share. I don't want no hair all over my face, y'all. Listen, happy Thursday, everybody. I hope that you are having an amazing day. I don't know where you're coming in from. I'm not sure where you're lodging at, but I want to welcome you to the presence of the Lord. Which way this go, y'all? Let's get it out the way. There we go, Cindy. We got to clear. You got to clear the pathway. You got to get stuff out of the way that shouldn't be there. Does that make sense? Listen, we're going to talk real quickly. Yesterday we talked, and what we talked about is celebrating, taking a moment to acknowledge your victories, right? Celebrating your moments. Yeah, just thanking God. We just out here thanking God. If today was a good day and you know that there was something in your way that normally would challenge you and you got over it, kudos to you. We want to celebrate. But then I want to talk real quickly today about celebrating the people that have brought you through, acknowledging the people, honoring the people, respecting the people, remembering the people or persons or things that helped you to become better, that helped you to grow, right? So, Cindy, oftentimes we totally forget that, guess what? Someone was a part of our journey. The special people that's in your tribe that help you. Your children can be doing phenomenal. Your marriage could be doing good. You could be in a healthy place. I'm not talking about a wealthy place, but I'm talking about healthy and whole in mind and spirit and body. And Cindy, sometimes we forget someone held us down. I'm talking about like that David and Jonathan, that Ruth and Naomi type of situation, giving back, throwing back, leveraging up, pulling up the person that held you down. Does that make sense? We've got to go back and say thank you. It's good to celebrate your victories. It is. But and we know that. But what about, Bishop, when we go back and we thank God? Remember David had a good friend, a best friend named Jonathan. And Jonathan clothed him. Jonathan protected him. Jonathan looked out for him. And, whoa, what happened to this? I wonder if, Jordan, Jonathan looked out for him. Are we still on? Let me see. YouTube might be on. Okay, we back on. Here we go. I just need to make sure we connected. And Jonathan looked out for David, child, big time. And he was able to get into position. David is now the king. And he goes and looks for, is there anything from the household of Jonathan, Saul and them? He remembered that Jonathan, I would have been dead. I would have been crushed. I would have been consumed if Jonathan had not given me a position. Not only this, Jordan, Jonathan gave him his attire. So when David moved, right, they thought it was Jonathan. Jonathan totally decreased. This is powerful, y'all. Totally decreased. Because he was aware that David had the oil of the anointing, he sits down, sets David up so that when he walked through the door, when he walked in the city, they respected him. He prepped him for his next level. And I think it's important that we remember people that sacrificed for us, people that looked out for us, people that set us up. People that, gave of themselves, could have got something for themselves, but they chose us. They believed in your dream. They sold and they could have did their own thing, and they said, you know what, I'm going to share. I'm going to open up a door. I could have used that room. What's up, Natasha? I love you, girl. Tosh, what about how Jonathan looked out for David? We talking today, Tosh. Tasha walked us through on prayer yesterday. That guess what? That David went back when he became king and remembered Mephibosheth. That was Jonathan's son. And he had to do that because he was just like, remember when I was out, Jonathan looked out for me. What about when we get to the place that we remember people that looked out? You might not be at that church, but you remember that preacher, or you remember the neighbor that just watched your kids and they were safe. And when you went to get your baby, she wasn't all wet and damp and rashed up and agitated and dirty. You were able to grow. You were able to get that overtime because there was someone safe and sound and they were in your corner, your auntie, your big mama, all of those things, right? Cindy said, this is so good. Teach and preach PM. Thank you, Cindy, because oftentimes we forget we become a one of one. It was me, 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 right? And that's not true. It's important that we understand. Remember when Naomi got into a bad space, life started lifing. She lost her 2 sons. She lost her empire. She lost her husband. She's in a bad state. She got 2 daughter-in-laws, young women, and they wanted to follow her. She was like, go back. That Ruth connected with her, stuck with her, went with her, got blessed because she remembered when Naomi had and she ate, I ate. So I'm going to help her. I'm not going to leave her in a state of despair. She's going back home. She's in a bad way. I think it's important that we remember it's good to celebrate us. But while I'm celebrating me, I got to celebrate you who helped me. I got to talk about it. Oftentimes when I get on midday, you're going to always hear me talk about, Bishop Antonio. That's a given. But I'm going to always honor. I'm always going to throw praise at my leaders for 30 years, Chief Apostle Orrin and Dr. Medina, because if it had not been for their leadership, their sacrifice, their consistency, their commitment, right? Their passion, their standard, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm at right now. So if you hear me like, that's my favorite, yeah, that woman helped me so much. She trained me. She took me in. Her husband was, the example of a godly man. I had never seen it. So some people will be like, oh, they're always talking about them. She's always talking about them. You can't forget, the Lord said to tell your children and their children how I brought you out. Don't start getting into this trend. Don't start getting into this fad. Don't start getting into delusion to talk about how wonderful you are. Remember, it was me that brought you through muddy waters. He says, remember that when the enemy tried to come in, I drowned them. Remember when you were overloaded and sinking, you walked out on dry land. Cindy, it is imperative that we throw honor, that we celebrate those that were before us, those that helped. When there's a new president that comes in, you notice that they show. I remember when President Barack Obama became the president and they had the bus and it talked about Rosa Parks. It took us through a journey. How did we get here? Not alone. There was somebody else that helped. There was somebody else that sacrificed, right? You're a big home owner now. You're an entrepreneur, but there was somebody down the line that sacrificed. It might have been Granny, and Granny was able to put a couple of dollars here. You the hostess of the mostest. You are like, ooh, you could set a table. But what about when Grandma might not have had all of the china, but she was able, right? She was able to put something together, put the forks here, made something, plates here. Everybody ate. You didn't get there by yourself. We didn't get here by ourselves. Somebody trailblazed. Somebody sacrificed, Tosh. And it's time that we be like, I want to thank God. Them recipes that we eating off, that macaroni and cheese, Girl, where you think Patty and them got it from? Probably from her big mama. She marketed it now, but back then in the 30s, there was no YouTube. There was no viral. It was just, guess what? We going to Big Mama's and she gonna make that banana pudding. And then you learned from Big Mama how to put that in it, how to make the cream. She taught you. So we gotta say, thank God for the legacy. Thank God for the love. Thank God for the legend, the living legend. She taught me. Only way I know how to keep house. Only way I know how to keep. Let me tell you, there are some things PM don't get into. It might be some stuff I get into, but it's a lot of stuff you're not going to hear that I get into. Why? My mom taught us certain things. There were certain things. You're not going to hear that I'm in between nobody's relationship, because where my mom didn't enforce it, I was blessed to be able to be around a woman named Ruthie Register, which was Dr. Medina's grandmother. And she used to always say, I ain't put them together and I ain't getting in the middle of that. I'm not a matchmaker. You don't get into that. My mother used to say about relationships, you get into that, they be back together again, and you be the one that look like the troublemaker. So there are certain things that people might be like, you don't get into. I didn't get here by myself. Somebody had to train me. Somebody had to teach me. Sherelle, here it is. The Apostle Paul said, I've been instructed, taught how to abide and be abased. He was taught how to leverage, how to balance his life, how to embrace good and bad. He didn't get there all by himself. No, he didn't. He had to be taught. We got to go back, Sherelle. You know, you got a crazy work ethic. I don't care if it was hard times. I don't care if it was the streets. Does that make sense? Somewhere you were taught by someone, some of your better qualities. Someone helps you. It could be the boss at the job. Boy, I used to work at a job, and it was tight. This is before me and my husband was pastoring. And there was a sister there at the job. I can't tell her name. She looked out for me and my husband major. She looked out. She would be like, I'm going to give you overtime on this. I have had some help in a dry spot. There has been some honey left out there. Sherelle, people that would be like, yo, I ain't working. You want to pick up them hours? Yo, new school. I would be new. And they would be like, yo, new school. You the new one on the block. You want my hours? And I'd be like, there was a woman at my job. She done left to be home, go home. Her name was Gwen Mitchell. Oh, I love Miss Gwen. I miss her. We were feeding the homeless, feeding the community here. I want you to hear this. And Miss Gwen took it upon herself to become the captain at where I used to work. We would bring all the sandwiches, 130 sandwiches she made. Hey, Sister Ruby, I love your post. Thank you, precious. Sister Ruby, Miss Gwen was my coworker. But she was like my work mom. Does that make sense? She was a New Yorker. She'd be like, we from New York. We always got to claim that we sticking together. Miss Gwen has gone on to be with the Lord. But when I tell you, this woman, we had one car, my husband and I. My job was maybe 8 minutes away. I'm in the South. This is not where you get public transportation like that. This is not like New York where I could have jumped on a bus, right? She lived in the next apartment complex. Miss Gwen she was there years before me, got them to put me on the same schedule as her. And she had to wait to do it. She said, Marcy, I'm going to come pick you up every day. And Ruby, Miss Gwen picked me up. She had perfect attendance and she never was late. Do you hear me? I locked in that position. She never gave me a problem of coming to get me. She never acted funny to come get me, because she would just ride through her apartment complex, come to my door, we ride right out, and we on our way to work. Does that make sense? I could not have kept my job. When we went to do the feeding of the homeless, Miss Gwen took over that. This woman was a major blessing to me, to my job, this Thanksgiving, we were talking about who was cooking, and Sister Ruby, I was like, the ladies at my job, 2 of them done went home. It's Gwen and another one, my Kathy, who just passed away about maybe 70 days ago. They held down my outreach. When we didn't have members, they would make yams and fried chicken. They cooked. I could not thank them enough. When Miss Gwen transitioned, I preached the eulogy. We did the repast. It was the only way I could say thank you. When Kathy passed away, I was in Nairobi and I was brokenhearted that I could not go to her funeral. I would have did the funeral. These people were good to me. There were some people in your life today, like Sister Ruby posted, that she sold into our ministry and the Lord blessed her. Right? She had to go back and she didn't really have to, but she remembered that the ground was good and that God honored his word. And she posted that to say the Booker's ministry was a good place. Thank you for that, because people don't remember how God brought them over and you sacrificed and you reaped great. Huh? What about us giving back and posting and saying, I want to shout out to my sister. She did my hair for a month. I was on furlough. She held me down, to my cousin and them, to the neighbor that pulled my garbage can back. I was gone. They didn't have to do that. It's time that we honor other people. We recognize the community, that there's been unity, there's been assistance, there's been information that changed our life. So I just want to say, Sister, yeah, because sometimes we just talk about me, myself, and I. I'm not an entity by myself. I'm part of the body of Christ. I am part of an amazing community. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes. David had to go back and help the house of Jonathan and Saul. And he shifted his son from the seeds that Jonathan sowed. He was obligated. He was reminded, right? He was blessed. When he went to Ziklag and those 400 men, 600 men, 400 of them went, 200 stayed back. David refused to be selfish. He remembered the men that once fought with him. He remembered their strength. He remembered their struggle, and he blessed them. And I want to say, it's time that we remember the people that helped pave the way, the people that gave us a word. So when you get on and you hear me talking about the Pullens, or you hear me talking about my husband, or you hear me thanking y'all, oh, I'm going to do that. I am absolutely going to shout y'all out for getting on. I'm 4 years on in December, like the 27th or 26th. It's going to come up. And I couldn't do what I do without y'all. Does that make sense? You might say, PM, you've helped me. But here's the fact. It's a two-way. I'm blessed because we've gotten connected. I'm grateful beyond words that you take your time out to come and hear what God has to say. And we've joined and developed a family connection, that you bring your family on. Yeah. What's up, Meeks? What's up, Lisa? I want y'all to know that it is important, and we've got to become more accustomed, more active in giving our shout outs to Mika, to people, giving flowers when they living. Let's stop waiting till they're dead. Let's be like, yo, this person looked out for me, right? And it's okay. People will say, Lisa, oh, she's always talking about her home church. She's always shouting out her husband. My husband helped me, healed me. He's my leader. He's an excellent example. I'm a better woman because of his love. I'm a better woman because of his leadership. I'm here. Yeah, I'm going to talk my talk about God. And so should you. If you have someone that's good, that's consistent in your life, that's been there, that shows up, that's a safe place, why keep quiet about it? If God has been good, say so. That's why the Bible says that the redeemed of the Lord say so. We are so quick. Shanika, she said, absolutely gonna do that. We are so quick to rehearse with the devil. You heard what he doing? You heard this? They said this. We are quick to rehearse or quote the dumb stuff, the demonic, and then we low key on the people that has had our back, to the people that helped. I wouldn't care Thanksgiving. We should thank God for grandma. Thank God for auntie. This potato salad, my aunt made this and we repped it, right? This sweet potato pie, Lisa, come on. The only reason why we having family gatherings and when last Thanksgiving, My family came and we put out all the china, and my nephew, I put it out. They didn't want it. They said, we want the plates that's microwavable. I was like, you heathens, you trying to tear up our culture. And what they did was they let me use all the plates and they put their plastic plate on the top. I called them heathens. I told my sister, I said, these heathens is trying to break up our tradition from when grandma was living. We had table settings. We've been eating like kings and queens from years. We got to keep this thing going. They was want to throw it out, Lisa, because they want to keep eating and eating and eating. No, I wanted to keep the legacy. I wanted them to remember the sacrifice, the extra, the bonus, how my grandmother would work and serve, bake cakes from scratch. And my mom had 6 kids. Everybody could come to May's house and eat well. People from down south. That was our culture. That's the biggest event in the highlight. Does that make sense? So if we just do away with it, then it's like, what did she sacrifice for? It would be from soup to nuts. Oh my God. We got to tell the generation. We got to tell the people. We got to keep it going. So yeah, anybody, shoot, you go to a church, you better tell them, my leader preached me out of fornication. My leader preached me from renting to owning, from crazy to stable. God used them. I don't care. I remember such and such, Brother Brown. He was the one that would pick me up and take me to church. I didn't have a ride, but he was faithful. I would pack all my kids up in there. It's time to celebrate. Honor, give their flowers now. Let's not wait until we at the funeral home, at the gravesite. I wish I would have told you. No, and if they're gone, let's keep their memory alive. Let the children know we sacrifice. This been going on for years. Auntie been making sweet potato pie, and oh, I love it. Come on, Sherelle, come on, Cindy. We had my birthday the other day, and my 2 older sisters was here. Whew. I put them 2 bunnies in the room together. One of my sisters is 70 and the other one is 65. And I start acting like I was the oldest sister. When I tell you, I look at these videos and my heart is just overwhelmed with love and gratitude. And I had to say to my sisters, thank you. I reach out to, I have 4 sisters, and I say to them, thank you for being a great example. Thank you I have 1 brother, and my brother was like the father. He was like my dad. He would get my hair done. He would protect me. I have nothing but to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. You were young yourself. Different situations. You've always had my back. Sometimes it's just good to say thank you. And I get overwhelmed because you know what? Life be life, and we could forget the people that brought us over. It takes a second to send a text to just say thank you. I randomly, Lisa, send texts to the members, my husband and I. I do it more frequent, than not, just to say like this morning, thank you. You don't have to do what you do. What's up, Tina? You don't have to come. You don't have to support. We have a remnant of amazing people here in North Carolina. Look at that on midday. They get on prayer. They love God. They love the God in us. They are an army, and Bishop and I love them. If you're in a lead position and people are supporting you, throw back and say thank you. Blow them a kiss. Give them a hug. Text them sometimes, because you couldn't do what you do without them. You might not be able to do everything you want to do, but you could do something just to say thank you. It might not be much, but at least they'll know the contents of your heart. That guess what? I wanted to make sure you knew that I appreciate your sacrifice. Go get dinner. Go get you a pair of sneakers. Go get you an ice cream cone. They know the intent of your heart. Not just I was going to say. No, Tina, it's time that we celebrate people that have brought us over. Man, I have some people today. Natasha, I'm thanking you, Tosh. Thank you. Thank you. I'm thanking Tina. I'm thanking the Midday family. Thank you, thank you, thank you for riding, for supporting, for praying, for showing up. You don't have to do it. When we were in the pandemic, that was our lifestyle. We got we open now, and y'all come back, y'all look out, you support, you post, you send something. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like the Apostle Paul. I am filled with joy when I think about the Midday family. Thank you for allowing me, supporting me to walk into purpose. I was scared sitting in this chair. I didn't think I had anything to say. I thought at the time I was too fat, right? And I wasn't polished enough. But the more you came on, the more that y'all clocked in, the more that you supported, the more I got delivered, the more it built. You will never know how much you helped me to become a better me. And I will forever thank you from every country, every city, every place that you come in. Thank you for making Midday a part of your life and supporting Marcella Booker. I absolutely, yeah. Oh yeah, come on. Somebody need all that you don't need. And I got here by myself. You ever see them TikTok? I'm scared of the person that got there by themselves. I'm scared of the one that doesn't need anybody. I'm scared of the one that, you like Nebuchadnezzar. You open up your door, you look at your life, and it's everything that you've done. You just been so smart. I'm scared of them type of people. But I appreciate the people that recognize it took a village. It took a tribe. It took a us and a we. Your marriage might be good, but you ain't the brains all behind it. No, you fainted sometime, and he was there. She was there. I've messed up my marriage. Not with no infidelity, just being scared. And my husband has been strong. He's been consistent. He's been faithful. When I've been out, he's been all the way in. Not no 50-50, y'all. 100. Antonio has showed up. And when there was moments he didn't show up, I show up. God and his grace. Come on, y'all. You got to thank God. I will post my husband. I'm going to do that. You better believe it. Not because he's Bishop Goodhair, because he's God's man and he's mine, and I love him and I respect him. You need to honor the people that's in your life. They should know. They gonna know. If something happened to me today, you will know. I love hard, I love loud. I speak to my spiritual mother. She is my absolute favorite. I could never thank God enough for my spiritual father. His intelligence, his wisdom, his wit, his stand. Woo! What? I've seen this man come from death to life and take off. When he gets into something, you can't stop him. He's bad like that. I respect his oil. I respect his voice. Yeah, he's a man of God. Somebody needs to thank God for your leader like that, for your husband. You got to thank God for your children. Thank God for what God gave you. Let's not wait. Give people their flowers. Send some hearts. Release goodness. Release kindness. Yeah. Send me some hearts. Come on, y'all. On Midday, nothing but love for you, baby. Nothing but love. I was going to say it, but I didn't know how it sounds. I don't care if it sounds dumb. I don't care if it sounds redundant. Can't say that word retarded, y'all. But Lisa, yeah. Love the way Lisa came in our ministry. Her knee, oh my God, stole our heart. Lisa Phillips, just a quiet storm, put her hands to the plow, lost her mom, stays there, gets delivered, shows up, don't say a word. She's not a talker, but let me tell you something, she's about it. I love that about her. I appreciate that, huh? Woo, yes. Yes, you got to thank God for the people that have helped you along the way. Because even as pastors, you could have people that make your job grievous or makes it joyous. And I thank God for the people that have made our life grievous, because it taught us to pray. And I thank God for the people that pushed us to the next level, the runners. Thank God for everything. I thank God for the people that did not stay, to the people that troubled the water. They helped us to get deeper in. You thank God for it all, right? The good, bad, the ugly, all of it. Yeah. Sister Ruby, I love you, beautiful. I love you. I pray increase and overflow upon your household. Thank God for you guys. Thank you. Listen, remember, I hope this was good for you. And it's just kind of stirred up, generosity. We live in an hour where it's like, yo, we're gonna be muted, and I ain't gonna do that. I don't know. That look weird. I don't care if it look weird. Is it right? Is it gonna be a blessing? Just because it look weird, doesn't mean that it ain't gonna be a blessing. There's some food that look weird and it be good. You know what I mean? So I'm not going by the look. I'm going by the effect. Huh? That's what it is. I'm going for the effect of it. Is this going to be a blessing? We're going to do this. Let's gang up. Let's get together and honor. Let's get together and sing songs of praise. Let's watch movies and remember, unless somebody can't do that. But when we get together for Thanksgiving, we should be giving honor to those that paved the way. Thanking God for the food on the table. Thanking God for the roof over our head. Thanking God for the lives that are still here. Not just acting like, so what? It don't matter. I thank God for the saints. Making mention of you day and night. That's what the apostle said. I thank God for you. We make mention. When you thank God for someone, you should be calling our name out in prayer. Thank God for the Bookers. Thank God for the Whites. Thank God for the Smiths. Thank God for the Nobles. Thank God for the Bookers. Thank God, for the Browns. That's how we tell the Lord thank you. And we keep putting it up in petition, praising God in prayer for one another, making intercession, making our requests known to God. We praise God for Jamaica. We thank God for all the Jamaican people. You might not be able to send nothing, but you could send prayer. Thank God for that island. Thank God for the people rebuilding. Let them be able to get all of the supplies. Every artist that's sending planes and donations and getting over there and rebuilding. We thank God. We make mention for them. Hey, come on now. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Oh, I didn't know what to do. You could make mention for them. You could pray for Jamaica. You could pray for New Orleans. You could pray for the neighbor, because we thank God for them. And we're not going to wait till something happens. We're going to just celebrate all of it. That's what we was talking about today. I hope that lunch was good, healthy, wholesome for you, good to your soul. Don't forget, if this is your first time on Midday, hit like, tag, and share, and then subscribe so that when I get on, you could get on. In case you forgot, I've changed the time. Sister Ruby, I do 3 days a week. 3 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. No Monday, no Friday, right? So 3 days. We want you to make sure that you get on and that you know the timing and that you will be able to connect with us. Again, I absolutely love you. Thank you for getting on, for like, tagging, and sharing. I pray something that was said compels you to send a text to somebody, DM them, and tell them. I preached in Richmond the other day. People been DMing me talking about it's so overwhelming. It's so nice to be nice. And I was like, wow, I Texas and I just do it. But it's different when people say, hey, you blessed me. People were like, you look amazing. You lost a lot of weight. It's just acts of kindness. And people, we don't know where it's going to land, but we just praying that it lands right on their heart. And it does what it's supposed to do. Shanika, I absolutely love you. Yeah. So those that said you want to sow today, say, I'm sowing. I am sowing just a thankful seed. I'm sowing today, PM. I could sow in this ground, sow into this word. Thank you for Midday, helping me to be better. Yep. Thank you for all of your stories and all your story times. Pouring out, thank you. It hits, it helps, it makes sense. You could go to Cash App $signs and sow your seed. You sow your best seed. Thank you for your generosity in advance. It's $signs Fab Marcy 70. Fab, F-A-B, Marcy, M-A-R-C-Y, 70. Thank you for all of your seeds, your support, and your love. Remember, we will be back when? On Tuesday. No Mondays and no Fridays. We love you guys. Have an amazing day. Don't forget to text and call somebody. Reach out.
Tell the devil that I changed my mind. I said I was going to quit, but I changed my mind.